This is not fucking good training. I don't know what the fuck it is. Take a picture of me, it's all tired.
I think we've got the thumbnail right there. Looks like we've been doing 2 different rides, doesn't it?
Boy, you've been waiting for me like 5 minutes, so you probably had time to recover.
I'm only joking. So, day 2 on the training camp.
3, in theory.
In theory, day 3, yes. We have didn't do quite as much climbing as we wanted to do yesterday, purely and simply because, well, we got out a bit late due to mechanical, and then the road that we went down was incredibly busy, I think due to the 4th of July celebration. So today we're planning a longer day, a bigger set of climbs, and we're going over the top of the hill to a place called Forest Hills, is that right?
Yeah.
So we're leaving a little earlier because it's incredibly hot up here and dry, and now I've finished complaining, we should probably get out there on the road. But we've been trying to watch the Tour de France this morning, watch the guys suffer up Mont Ventoux, so we get a little bit of encouragement. But we're looking at 85 miles today, hopefully 9,000 feet of climbing. And the only thing we need to worry about is, I think there's a lack of water stops on the route, so hopefully we have got all of that covered. We've got pockets full of gels, we've got energy bars galore, and hopefully we're out early enough to miss all of the bad weather. So let's get this going. So the route today is quite a simple one. It's straight up to the top of the mountain, drop down to a place called Forest Falls, and then turn around and come back up. But there could be maybe a 20-mile climb and maybe a 15-mile climb. So it's going to be a tough day in the saddle. So day 2 started with a bang. We are literally 2 miles into the ride and already hit the lower slopes of the first climb. We're nearly 7 or 8% and 70 plus degrees. So this could be a tough day. So we're approximately 45 minutes into the ride, just cresting the 8,000 feet of elevation point, and done approximately 9 miles and about 1,300 feet of climbing already. Hope you can hear this with the wind noise, but we're just trying to keep an endurance level kind of a pace. No real pushes on acceleration, keep it nice and steady, just spin the wheels. It's all about endurance and just building up an engine for the long ride in the Alps.
Great, I'm just trying to stay in zone 2. Keep trying to go about 200 watts. The last thing they want is burn out, blow up, and implode like Alejandro.
So it's already about 75 degrees, I think, at the moment, and there is a little bit of a wind coming from the opposite side of the road, but nothing too bad at the moment. And the climb is pretty steady at like 4 or 5%. There's no real steep ramps in it so far. So just trying to realize why the f we do this. We could quite comfortably just be sat in a bar drinking beer and then watching the England game this afternoon.
Agreed.
So we have just reached the summit of the first climb. Pretty much dead on an hour of climbing to get from where we're staying down at Big Bear Lake up to the top. I think it's called Onyx Pass or something like that. We're at 8,463 feet of elevation according to my Wahoo. I think this is the Onyx Pass, mate, yeah. And we've done about 1,800 feet of climbing already. So now we've got quite a sharp descent. I think it says it's about 6% for quite a few miles. Little raise, and then I think we turn and come back towards here. So it's starting to get hot, but it is definitely spectacular up here, isn't it, mate? So, they say shit happens in threes. My bike hasn't worked all weekend.
We got off course.
We just got off course by about 1,000 feet of descending. And now I have a flat tire just to deal with. Fortunately, we've just got some water a minute ago, but we've got a bit of a steep climb back up to the main road after we fix this flat.
And then I think we're just gonna try to head.
Yeah, then I think we'll probably head back, just try and get out of this before the fucking sun. But at least we're here. This is pretty nice. Right. We've just come up there and we have a decision to make, whether continue on the route or head back. And obviously the heat is now kicking in big style. We're kind of a little bit out in the middle of nowhere, so we're not sure where we are, and we're we think we're going to head back over the top and then maybe add an extra climbing nearer where we're staying. So let's see how this goes. Got about 2,000 feet back up to the top of the hill and then drop back down into Big Bear Lake. We've stopped here at a campground. Took us about half an hour to fix the tyre in the baking sun, and then we had to climb back out of the wrong turn that we took. So we made the executive decision to kind of head back to where we're staying at Big Bear. Obviously water is a main concern out here. The heat is cracking up, and we're both probably a little bit nervous about it, just in case, because obviously it is a scary thought to be stuck out in the baking heat with no water. So maybe we're being a little over exaggerated of it all, but we've stopped at this campground to get some water, just trying to fill up as much as we can, and then essentially we have no kind of way of getting any fuel for the next 20 miles. So this should be fun.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on this, Rene?
Fuck, man. It's whole... I thought Bear Grylls had it.
Very well put.
Yeah.
I think probably, like I say, we're probably being a little bit overcautious. We'd probably be able to handle it, but we would have essentially had to go down another 9 miles to like a convenience store. But then in theory, would have had to come back that 9 miles. And the later in the day, obviously having the flat hasn't helped. So let's get this back on the road, and what a beautiful place to stop though. Climbing back up now for about half an hour. A little bit of a headwind here, isn't there?
Yeah.
But the gradient isn't too bad. We're at about 4 or 5%. So just spin, nice and easy. Just keep moving. Just trying to settle into a nice rhythm, keeping it at endurance pace. And you can see how beautiful it is around here. It is stunning. So, getting back close to the top, still relatively easy, still just spinning. Unfortunately, the wind has picked up towards the top, pretty gusty in a head-on kind of a way, but just spinning those legs, trying to keep moving and taking all of the surroundings. Hope Rene's all right. So made it to the top. It's like 8,400 feet. This is where we stopped on the way out. So climb wasn't too bad actually. Nice easy 4%, just kept spinning and kept moving. It's hot as anything. I don't know the exact temperature, but it is hot and there's no real cover. So I have to say a couple of things. Felt reasonably well, or reasonably good. Didn't feel like I was losing any pain, any power. Just kept spinning, so that was quite nice. And the second thing, this kit by Angelis Creative. I have to say, it's incredibly comfortable. and manage the heat really well. Doesn't feel like I'm trapping anything in. Feels really breathable. And to consider, I've basically been sat down, incredibly hot temperatures. This might be too much information, but I don't feel any chafing at the moment. So, thumbs up to Angeles Creative. So here's Rennie anyway. He's going on bare chested. I don't know what you think, but I'm kind of guessing he enjoyed it.
Hey, this is not fucking good training. I don't know what the fuck it is. Take a picture of me, it's all tired.
I think we've got the thumbnail right there. Looks like we've been doing two different rides, doesn't it?
Boy, you've been waiting for me like 5 minutes, so you probably had time to get covered.
I'm only joking. You know you're at altitude when your bag of crisps is blown up like that.
Oh, that's right.
Chips for you guys over here in America. The food of champions.
Take a picture of this.
Yeah, I think the new design, the angel wing design on Renee's back in pure salt sweat is good. And there we go again, for the third time today. We've reached the top of, I think it's called the Onyx Pass, but we're back at 8,400 feet above sea level. It's hot, I'm sweating, and there's been no shade. Here he comes.
I don't think I ever gone so deep. What's happening to me, man?
Is it too early to ask if you want to do it again?
Yes. But my legs feel fine, dude. Like I'm not in my fucking lungs, dude.
Should be proud of yourself, mate. You've come up, we're at 8,400 feet again. We've done some serious climbing.
I know, but I should be doing better with this shit. I'm so frustrated with myself.
This is what it's all about. This is put the hard work in now, so things are easier further down the road, mate.
In fact, this is probably the highest I've ever been in my life.
Yes, this is pretty good, isn't it?
But it's so like, well, I was doing 150 watts. I could like
your body reacts so different, doesn't it? Up here.
Yeah, it's like
I think the thing is as well, the heat is unbearable at the moment, isn't it? I mean, literally all of the liquid I've got is warm, if not hot. Just
like in a moment I'll be like nothing happened, but it's just my lungs.
Yeah.
But dude, I don't think I ever gone so deep. I was literally about to just say fuck this shit. I'm just gonna turn around.
When I came back down to find you, I thought you were gonna barf.
Yeah.
Not funny really, but I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, and like right now, 2 minutes later, like I'm fine.
Yeah.
But it's like
I think it's the heat, because we're stood in the shade now and it feels so much different, doesn't it?
yeah.
So I think that might be it for the day. We head back down towards the lake. Maybe stop and get some ice cold Coke or anything with something calories in it. and then
Should we start ordering a pizza here?
if our last 2 days of going to buy food is anything to go by, maybe we should have ordered it yesterday.
Yeah.
Well,
But this is where, just think about it, right? Like all the shit we did in Salida, the 300 watts, 5 minutes. This is when it comes in handy, because like I'm able to recover fast. Like gas stop, boom, but and then the fuck that I fucking full bag of Ruffles, Snickers, probably didn't help either because I felt it in my stomach, and because there's digestion, the blood wants to go to the stomach as opposed to the other parts of the body. So I don't know how smart that was, but
yeah, I think in hindsight we should have probably had some better nutrition with us, some proper food. But
yeah, like
you can only carry so much, can't you? So
like sandwiches, right, or
Yeah.
something. Just be careful with the crosswind going down.
yeah, so maybe I'll do some filming later, but maybe this will be the end of day 2.
No, we should do more filming. Like, I'm gonna write a whole blog.
Yeah,
We should take a picture, like, on my shirt.
yeah,
Shit. Can you take a picture of me?
yeah, absolutely. So I'll try and film some more as we go along. But today has been epic. We've done over 7,200 feet of climbing I've got so far.
We never went below 5,000
No.
feet.
No, 5,200 I think was the lowest we've been. And about 61 miles so far, so we'll probably be around 75 by the time we get back. So it has been a long day, but it's been fun, it's been hard, and super. You know you've worked somebody hard when their kit looks like that. I was intending on calling it a day before, but I thought I'd just loop around back near the place we're staying just to let a bit of lactic acid out of my legs, and I stumbled across this. This place is beautiful. Around every corner there's just an amazing sight. So I will finish the filming for today. Finished at just over 8,000 feet at the moment, and about 75 miles, 80 miles. It's been a great day. Probably not the route we were planning, but even still, we got plenty of climbing and lots of training at altitude. So one more day here and then back to civilization. Well, this bit was steeper than I thought. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions about this area, if you're thinking of coming, if you want any advice on where to stay, what to go. I don't know much myself, but what I do know I can tell you. Thanks again for watching.